The New World Story of Punjabi Superhero, Book 1, Protect and Survive Earth, plus bonus chapter, English edition. Volume 1, Current Reading Progress. Now reading Book 1, Chapter 1, The First Warrior Awakens, Part 2. Chapter Overview, Part 2, The First Warrior Awakens. A restless night in Goa hides more than silence. A young man, cast out of his home, walks beneath the city's flickering lights, unaware that destiny is already chasing him. From the shadows, a secret order moves again. A demon is unleashed inside an old cinema, turning laughter into screams. And as chaos spreads, two lights converge for the first time. The Red Warrior of Faith and Fire, and a mysterious masked girl with the glow of a white rose. One fights with heart, the other with purpose. Together, they face the birth of true darkness. The night of destiny begins, and a hero finally awakens. Timeline. Date 2025, modern era. Location, Goa, India, urban coast and city outskirts. Focus of this part. The clash between faith and fear, the first battle of the Red Warrior. The meeting of two destined warriors. The rise of darkness's first demon. HR's awakening, from ordinary man to protector of light. Every victory hides a cost. Every light is born from shadow. Adaptation format, anime-style light novel. Genre, fantasy, mystery, action, comedy. Age rating, 16+. Mild violence and thematic suspense. Scene 10. The Cinema Demon. The neon sign of the old cinema flickered against the misty night, its bright colors trembling like a heartbeat before disaster. Inside, laughter echoed, popcorn popped, and a late-night audience watched the final reel roll across the giant screen. Then, the sound warped. Zzz, zzz. The picture twisted, colors bleeding. A low metallic hum filled the speakers, deeper than any human voice. The center of the screen rippled, like water struck by an invisible hand, and tore open. A whirl of crimson light spiraled outward. From the tear stepped a creature of black armor and molten veins, eyes burning like twin coals of hell. Screams erupted, seats toppled, popcorn rained. Submit! The alien language crawled through every ear. No one understood the words, yet all obeyed. One by one, the crowd's eyes turned white. They rose together, blank and trembling. At the back, Ajay shouted, "Hey, somebody help! Please help me! Help me!" But his voice drowned under a whispering chorus, repeating the same command. Submit. Submit. The exit slammed shut. Red bolts of energy sealed the doors. The demon's laughter cracked the ceiling. Then, boom! The front doors exploded outward in a blaze of blue and crimson sparks. Through the smoke stood a figure, armor gleaming, a red aura swirling like fire. Gasps rippled across the hall. "Round one," the stranger muttered. White light flared. Scene 11. The return home. Father's anger. The narrow lane outside HR's house was silent. The faint glow of a street lamp flickered on the rusted gate as HR pushed it open with a weary sigh. He stepped onto the porch, rubbing the back of his neck. Finally, a home sweet. His words froze in his throat. Standing in the doorway, arms crossed, was his father. Calm, stern, and silent. But those eyes, they could pierce through stone. Papa, you're home early? HR's voice trembled. His father's tone was controlled, yet sharp as a blade. How was work today, Harvinder? Enjoying your office job? He paused. Because your boss called. HR's smile vanished. Oh no, not again. That villain in my life. He muttered under his breath. Pause. I swear, you're worse than the final boss of any anime. What did you say? Nothing, Daddy G. I mean, sir. The tension cracked. Harvinder, his father shouted, stepping closer. Where is your focus these days? You don't listen. You don't take your job seriously. What kind of future are you building for yourself? His voice thundered through the small house. HR lowered his head, his fists trembling. Papa, I'm trying. Enough. The shout shook the air. You always try, but never change. From today, you're not allowed inside this house. Leave. The words hit like a physical blow. HR's eyes widened. What? No, Papa. Please, just one more chance. I promise I'll do better. But his father turned away. The door slammed shut in his face. Thump! The echo rang across the empty street. HR stood there, frozen, staring at the closed door. Slowly, his voice broke the silence. Soft, pleading. Dad, please, I'll change. I swear. No answer came. Only the sound of the wind brushing through the quiet night. Finally, he turned and walked away, shoulders heavy. Each step echoed on the wet pavement. That night, HR was left alone, with nothing but his anger, his guilt, and the weight of everything he couldn't say. End of scene 11. They return home. Father's anger. Scene 12. Night shadows and the strangers. The night had grown heavier. Clouds smothered the moon, and the streets were nearly empty. Only the hum of a distant transformer and the faint echo of HR's footsteps. He walked without direction, replaying his father's words again and again. You can't even take responsibility for yourself. How will you protect anyone else? HR clenched his fists. Why is everyone always right about me? He kicked a loose can. It clattered down the road. Clang, clang. Then he froze. Shapes moved in the darkness ahead. Not one, several. Shadowy figures stepped out from both sides of the narrow lane, their faces hidden behind black cloth. Their eyes glowed faintly blue in the dark. Who are you people? HR asked, trying to sound brave. No answer. Only the whisper of air as one of them raised his hand. A strange mark glowed on his palm, the same sigil the mysterious girl had seen underground. Suddenly, pain shot through HR's head, a blinding flash, a voice echoing inside him. Wake up, Red Warrior. He staggered back, clutching his temples. What's happening to me? Before he could move, the shadows lunged, blades flashing through the dark. Target confirmed. Eliminate him. Tonight, the Rainbow Warrior falls. What? HR gasped, stepping back. Steel swung toward him. Wham! One attacker went flying, hit clean by a sidekick that came out of nowhere. A man landed between them, coat flaring in the dark. Duck. HR dropped instinctively as the newcomer blocked another strike barehanded. Clack! Then countered with a fluid combo. Elbow, knee, palm strike. The second attacker stumbled back, choking. Picked the wrong prey, the man growled. Who are you? HR shouted, breathless. The man didn't answer. His face remained half hidden in the shifting streetlight, expression unreadable. But the fight wasn't over. The first attacker rose again, garrote wire in hand, creeping up from behind. Behind you! HR yelled. The stranger spun, his hail flashing. Crack! The wire snapped. The man hit the pavement hard. Touch my friend again, the stranger said coldly, and you'll lose more than your hand. The second attacker hissed, tossing a smoke pellet. Psst! Gray haze swallowed the street. Report to Victor. Identity still unknown. But that power, it was him! Then silence. When the smoke cleared, only two remained. HR, shaking, and the stranger, calm but grim. You were following me? HR asked, still unsure. Not exactly, the man replied flatly. Come on, it's not safe here. We need somewhere they can't follow. He grabbed HR's wrist, pulling him toward the alley. High above, a watcher's silhouette lingered, crimson eyes flickering once before fading into the dark. The night wasn't over. It had only begun to burn. End scene 12. Scene 13. The Shadowed Master. The cavern trembled like a living creature. Two injured cult assassins stumbled through the entrance, their breath ragged, their robes torn and scorched. They fell to their knees before the throne at the far end of the chamber. My lord, one gasped, voice shaking. We failed. The target still lives. From the shadows came a quiet, deadly answer. Failed. Victor's voice sliced the air. Half his face was hidden, his eyes glowing faintly red in the torchlight. No, master, the second stammered. Someone interfered. The street was dark. We couldn't see clearly. The air thickened. Every flame bent inward. A deep vibration rolled through the ground, steady as a heartbeat. Then the wall behind Victor warped like liquid shadow, and a vast shape poured out of it, formless, towering, eyes burning like twin suns. A voice older than time itself thundered. Incompetent worms, you were given one chance to kill the warrior before his awakening and to mark his human form. You squandered both. The assassins screamed as black fire wrapped around them. In seconds, only ash drifted across the floor. Victor dropped to one knee. My lord, spare me. I can still finish him. Silence, darkness roared. The chamber quaked. If the warrior stirs, others will follow. Your failure has already moved the prophecy. Sweat slid down Victor's temple. He pressed his forehead to the cold stone. "What is your will, Darkness-sama?" "Unleash one of your demons upon the human city," the voice commanded. "Let chaos rise among the crowd. The warrior will come to stop it, and when he does, you will strike." The black storm withdrew, leaving only trembling torches. Victor rose slowly, lips curling into a thin smile. "As you command, my master. The hunt begins again." Outside, thunder rolled like distant laughter. End Scene 13. Scene 14. The Awakening of the Red Warrior. The street was quiet, except for the faint hum of a broken streetlight. HR sat against a cold brick wall, still catching his breath after the fight. The man who had saved him stood nearby, calm, composed, his eyes faintly glowing in the dark. HR squinted, trying to process what just happened. "Wait a second," he said slowly, pointing at the stranger. "You're that guy I met this morning, right? Ravi? The one I gave a lift to?" The man smiled faintly. "So, you remember me?" "Of course I do." HR shot back. "You almost made me late for work, and now you're out here kicking ninjas in the face. What is this, a crossover episode?" Ravi sighed, the kind of sigh only people who've dealt with HR's energy before can make. "Listen carefully, HR. You're not just an ordinary person. Inside you lie a power, one that can change the world." HR blinked at him, then smirked. "Oh, I get it now. This is one of those stress streams, isn't it? First my boss yelled at me, then dad threw me out of the house, and now my brain's like, here, have a superhero fantasy. Classic coping mechanism." He pinched his own arm. "Ow, huh. Still feels real." Then he nodded to himself. "Nope, definitely a dream. I look way too handsome for this to be reality." Ravi's expression remained unreadable. "HR, this isn't a dream." "Sure it isn't, Mr. Serious Dream Character," HR muttered. "Next thing I know, background music's gonna start playing and lightning will fall from the sky." Ravi rolled his eyes and reached into his pocket. From it, he pulled out a crimson bracelet, glowing faintly in the dark. "Put this on," he said firmly. HR looked at it suspiciously. "Nice design. What is this, some kind of friendship band for superheroes?" "Just wear it." "Fine," HR said with exaggerated drama, slipping it on. "Let's see where this crazy dream goes. Should I chant something? Summon Thor?" "Say what your heart tells you," Ravi said quietly. HR took a deep breath, then raised his wrist theatrically. "Lightning of fire, give me the power to end the darkness." He paused, looked around. "Okay, any sound effects? No thunder, no orchestra." Oh wait, the ground trembled. A red aura flared around him as wind roared through the street. "Okay, wow, Dolby Atmos dream confirmed," he yelled. Electricity spiraled upward, wrapping around his body. His clothes glowed, morphing into a sleek red battlesuit. Even his turban shimmered, turning into a bright, radiant scarlet. "Bro, what is happening?" HR shouted, spinning in place. 5 minutes ago, I was a depressed employee, and now I'm a color-coordinated superhero. Someone calls Vogue India. The storm calmed. He stood there, in shock, glowing, armored, heroic, and utterly confused. Okay, so either I'm in a Marvel reboot, or my mom's halwa finally did something to my brain. He examined his hands, turning them over. "Look at this! My hands are glowing! Where are my web shooters, though? If I'm Spider-Man now, I'd better get a refund for all the rent I've paid. Then a voice whispered faintly in his ear. Help me! Help me! HR froze. His eyes widened. Wait, Ajay? That's RJ's voice. He looked around wildly. Oh, great. My dream now has surround sound. Next thing you know, Sunny Leone will start singing. Ravi stepped closer, calm but serious. You're not dreaming, HR, because now you are the Red Rainbow Warrior. What you're hearing are the voices of those trapped by darkness. That's your power and your responsibility. HR groaned. Responsibility? Bro, I couldn't even handle office files properly, and now I'm supposed to handle the fate of humanity? No pressure at all. Ravi smiled faintly. You'll understand soon. For now, someone needs your help. HR took a deep breath, his glowing eyes softening with reluctant resolve. All right, fine. Let's go save my loudmouth friend before my alarm clock ruins this dream. As the two disappeared into the night, crimson sparks trailed behind them, and for the first time, the Red Rainbow Warrior laughed louder than his fear. End of scene 14. Please read this notice before continuing. Hey everyone! Let me tell you, this is my own story that takes place in another world. But if you think about it carefully, something like this could also happen here, hidden from our eyes. If you've watched this story up to this point, that means you like it. And that makes me truly happy. From here, the journey will only get longer and more exciting. So please support me as much as you can so I can upload the next chapters faster. Your feedback and support tell me that you want to see more, and that really keeps me going. Warning: please do not copy this story or try to make a web series, comic, or anime adaptation without my permission. This story is my very old work, and I have legal rights to it. Thank you so much, and please keep watching till the end. Scene 10 plus 15. The Cinema Demon. The First Battle. The neon sign of the old cinema flickered against the misty night, its bright colors trembling like a heartbeat before disaster. Inside, laughter echoed, popcorn popped, and a late-night audience watched the final reel roll across the giant screen. Then, the sound warped. Bzzzt, bzzzt. The picture twisted, colors bleeding. A low metallic hum filled the speakers, deeper than any human voice. The center of the screen rippled, like water struck by an invisible hand, and tore open. A whirl of crimson light spiraled outward. From the tear stepped a creature of black armor and molten veins, eyes burning like twin coals of hell. Screams erupted, seats toppled, popcorn rained. Submit. The alien language crawled through every ear. No one understood the words, yet all obeyed. One by one, the crowd's eyes turned white. They rose together, blank and trembling. At the back, Ajay shouted, "Hey, somebody help! Please help me! Help me!" But his voice drowned under a whispering chorus repeating the same command, "Submit, submit." The exit slammed shut. Red bolts of energy sealed the doors. The demon's laughter cracked the ceiling. Then, boom! The front doors exploded outward in a blaze of blue and crimson sparks. Through the smoke stood a figure, armor gleaming, a red aura swirling like fire. Gasps rippled across the hall. "Round one," the stranger muttered. White light flared. Cut to black. And then the real story began. Smoke cleared. The crowd stood motionless, still possessed. The demon fed on their energy, claws spread wide. "You will all serve the darkness." The walls shuddered. Then, from the haze, that same red-armored figure stepped forward, this time clearly visible. Red Warrior raised a steady hand. "Leave them alone, right now." The demon tilted its head, voice rumbling like thunder. "And who are you, little human?" Red Warrior puffed his chest, trying to sound heroic. "Me? I'm, loading Red Rainbow Warrior. Yes, brand new, limited edition, made in India superhero." The crowd, still hypnotized, stared blankly. The demon blinked, unimpressed. "Pathetic human." Red Warrior grinned nervously. "Pathetic? Careful, buddy. I just got this suit. Warranty period still active." The demon's molten eyes suddenly flared brighter. Recognition dawned. It growled, voice deepening. "Wait, that aura. So, you are the one, the Red Warrior I was sent to destroy. I've waited long for this moment to crush the hope your name carries." Its claws ignited, dripping sparks that scorched the carpet. "You'll die here, little warrior. I'll burn your soul and feast on your fear." Red Warrior froze half a beat, then tilted his head with that familiar, confused grin. "Destroy me? Bro, my wedding hasn't even happened yet." "At least let me meet my dream girl first. You can roast me after the honeymoon, okay?" The demon blinked, slightly thrown off. Red Warrior wagged a finger, as if explaining to a waiter. "And if this is a dream, my brain's got Hollywood-level CGI. Fire, surround sound, talking barbecue monster, the works. 10 out of 10. The demon roared, shaking the theater. Flames burst from its claws, lashing toward him. Red Warrior dove behind a row of seats. Okay, definitely not a dream, or maybe a harrowing one. He lifted his head, his turban still smoking. Great, first heroic entry, already medium rare. The demon snarled again, summoning the blank-eyed audience forward. They stumbled toward him, arms outstretched. Red Warrior whimpered, sliding down behind a seat, hands folded. "No, Yar, this dream's gone on too long. I want to go home. God, if I survive this, I'll eat vegetables every day. Just not eggplant, please." His wailing rose higher until it became a shockwave. Voom! The sound wave ripped through the hall, the controlled crowd collapsed, and the demon staggered, clutching its ears. "Stop crying, you little brat!" it bellowed, hurling a flaming blast. Red Warrior squealed, throwing his arms up, and then a burst of white light cut through the fire. Shing! The demon howled, its arms seared by a beam shaped like a glowing rose. Every eye turned to the shattered window. A silhouette stood there, mask glinting, dress fluttering in the wind, a soft aura coiling around her hand. the mysterious girl. "Let them go," she said, calm but deadly, "or this night will be your last." The demon snarled. "Who are you?" "The one who ends monsters like you." She glanced toward Red Warrior. "And you? You're the Rainbow Warrior, right? We've been waiting. Now fight. Fight with me." Red Warrior blinked, pointing to himself. "Rainbow Warrior? Me? I thought I was just HR, as in half ready." He dusted himself off, aura flickering brighter. "All right then. Entry time. Can't let the heroine steal the spotlight." Hero pose. "Audience is watching. Red Warrior style, baby." They stood shoulder to shoulder as the demon roared again, the floor cracking beneath its weight. Hi," Red Warrior muttered, half grinning. "Quick question. Does team up come with a bill later?" "Concentrate," the girl shot back, deadpan. The creature charged, flames bursting around it. Light and fire met darkness head-on, each blow flashing against the torn screen like strobe lightning. The battle had only just begun. Cut. Transition to Scene 16, The Battle of the Cinema. End of Scene 15, Cinema Night. Scene 16, The Battle of the Cinema. Final cut plus Power Awakening lead-in. He peered at the masked girl for a heartbeat, half to himself, almost inaudible. "Hey, a masked heroine. Oh my. Looks like my dream girl just made a guest appearance." Then the world snapped back. The demon howled in fury, smoke and fire bursting from its wounds. "Two warriors? No. Tonight you both will die." The hall shook. Seats splintered. The torn screen fluttered like a wounded sail. Red Warrior crouched behind the nearest row, palms pressed to the cushion as if it could hide him. He peeked out, the mask, the aura, the roaring monster, and his heart thumped twice too fast. A calm, distant voice threaded through his mind. Ravi's voice. "Red Warrior, don't fear. Your strength is already within you. Focus, breathe. This is your moment." Red Warrior blinked, startled. "Ravi? Dolby Atmos in my skull now. Cool." The mysterious girl didn't hesitate. She leapt forward, a slash of white rose light arcing from her palm. Shing! The sound of flower fire. That strike brought only a breath. The demon recoiled, then snarled, faster and meaner. It smashed a claw down, sending a shock wave through the aisle. Red Warrior tumbled, slammed against the seats, spat dust, and muttered, "I knew skipping gym would come back to haunt me." The mysterious girl's mask hid her face, but her movements were precise and fierce. Each strike of white light cut through the smoke, forcing the demon to split its focus. The monster twisted, blocking one of her slashes, and in the same motion, hurled a wave of fire across the hall. The blast caught Red Warrior mid-rise and flung him into the side wall. He hit hard, gasping, pain ringing through his ribs. He pressed his palm to the ground, dizzy but smiling. Still standing. Barely. For a heartbeat, silence. Then the voice thundered again. Not calm now, but thunderous. Every word striking like a drumbeat inside his skull. Ravi's voice igniting through the bracelet. "Red Warrior, remember, you are the chosen one, the first of the Rainbow Warriors. The power you seek already burns within you. Cast away fear and trust the faith of your forefathers, for that faith will awaken your true strength. And when the time comes, that strength will grow beyond anything this universe has ever seen. Now rise and show this demon what real power is." The bracelet flared scarlet. A low hum spread through the air, like a heartbeat echoing from his turban to the floor. Crimson light rippled through the hall, shaking dust from the ceiling. Red Warrior's eyes snapped open, a burning glint of faith and fury. He rose slowly, grinning like a man about to challenge lightning itself. The mysterious girl felt the shift and stepped aside, her aura mixing with his. Together they stood against the raging flames, two colors of light ready to merge. The scene froze on that moment of awakening, his aura beginning to ignite, but not yet unleashed, just the promise of it. Fade out. Red light crackles across the screen. To be continued in Scene 17, The First Victory and Hidden Bonds. Scene 16 end. Scene 17, The First Victory and Hidden Bonds. The red light that had flared across the hall didn't fade, it grew louder. Electric hums rippled through broken walls, dust lifted in trembling halos. Red Warrior already stood tall in the center of it all, eyes blazing, aura crackling like a living storm. The demon froze mid-snarl, sensing something it couldn't understand: faith. A slow grin spread across Red Warrior's face. "Oh, this is getting fun," he said, laughter bouncing through the flame-filled air. "Red lightning, super glow, and a free gym membership? Not bad." He rolled his shoulders, the bracelet glowing like molten metal. "Looks like I just unlocked the unlimited trial version of hero mode. Now you're done, ugly monster." Narration. What had begun as fear was now conviction. His faith had turned into fire. The mysterious girl spun beside him, white rose aura blooming brighter. "Red Warrior, I'm with you. This fight isn't yours alone." He smirked. "Wait, we? Don't tell me you already started a fan club?" She only shook her head once, a half-smile hidden behind the mask. Their energies intertwined, red arcs and white petals swirling together until the air itself shimmered. Narration. In that unity, belief met purpose. Two lights born of courage, one aim against darkness. The demon shrieked and lunged, flames bursting around it. "Enough! You will both die here." Red Warrior tightened his turban, eyes steady. "All right, Mr. BBQ Monster, your free Tandoor service ends now. Time to taste my full power recipe." Ha ha ha. He leapt forward. The mysterious girl launched her white rose blast to meet his crimson strike. The two forces collided mid-air. Faith and valor fused into a single roaring wave. Whoosh! The explosion drowned the hall in light. The demon screamed, its armor splitting into black smoke. "This isn't over. My master will..." The voice dissolved into ash. Shh. Blood, relief, and aftermath. Red Warrior stood amid drifting smoke and shattered seats, chest heaving but eyes bright. Behind him, the demon's ashes scattered into fading sparks. He exhaled hard, dropping to one knee, a crooked grin breaking through exhaustion. Whew, since childhood, they kept saying, "The movie isn't over yet, my friend," but who knew I'd end up as its hero myself? He looked around the ruined hall, chuckled weakly. If anyone's still alive to clap, I'm ready for my dramatic bow. Rose, the mysterious girl's advice. The mysterious girl turned toward him, her voice firm but edged with warmth. Red Warrior, you fought bravely, but stop crying like a kid. This was only the beginning. Even greater demons will come for you. He scratched the back of his neck, still panting. Okay, got it. So basically, I just started my Shaktiman internship? Fine, but please, make the exams online. I failed the paper ones. She couldn't help a faint, hidden smile. Then her tone softened. The demon's gone. Everyone here will soon wake up. This place was twisted by its magic. It'll fix itself. When they open their eyes, they'll remember it only as a strange dream. Her mask tilted slightly in silent amusement, and, just as suddenly as she had appeared, she vanished into the smoke and fading light. Moon Ravi's arrival. Outside, Red Warrior stepped into the quiet night air. The street was dim, littered with embers. From the shadows, a familiar, calm voice reached him. Red Warrior, Ravi said, walking closer, a gentle smile on his face. You did well tonight. You faced fear and held your ground. Now go. Your father won't stop you from returning home anymore. Red Warrior straightened slightly, still catching his breath. Ravi added, Tomorrow we meet again. Then paused, eyes glinting. Do you know how to return to your human form? But Red Warrior wasn't listening. His gaze had drifted upward, lost in the thought of the masked girl, her white rose glow still lingering like a heartbeat in the dark. Ravi followed his gaze, said nothing more, and quietly walked away. Darkness awakens. Far away, in a realm of shadows, black mist stirred. A figure of darkness stood among its servants, fury shaking the void. Our demon was defeated by the Rainbow Warrior? The voice hissed like thunder over stone. So, the Chosen One has awakened. We must find the others and learn how to end him. Narration. The realm of darkness trembled in rage, unaware that once a true warrior awakens, his roar can never be silenced. SFX. Doom. Rumbly. Zero darkness. Scene 18. Next morning, late again. End scene 17. Scene 18. Next morning, late again. The next morning came far too soon. HR shuffled into the office, half awake, eyes carrying the exhaustion of a man who had literally fought a demon last night. His tie was crooked, his turban was slightly off, his soul clearly wanted more sleep. At the next desk, a Jay leaned over, whisper shouting with excitement. Bro, you won't believe this. Last night after you left the cinema, some demon showed up and controlled everyone. Then, out of nowhere, a red warrior appeared and saved them all. I swear, people said it looked totally real. HR froze mid-sip of coffee. His eye twitched. Uh-oh. If a Jay finds out, next thing I know, even the boss will start calling me Red Warrior. He forced a sleepy grin. Yeah, sounds like a crazy dream, huh? Boss's wrath. HR! The thunderous voice exploded behind him. HR turned slowly to find the boss standing there, arms folded, glare sharp enough to cut glass. You're late, again, and your reports still look like bedtime stories. Thunderer. Rage. HR stood straight, sweating bullets. Boss, I'm sorry. It won't happen again, promise. I survived a demon last night. Now I just need to survive office politics. Narration. On his face sat fear and relief together. Fear of the boss, relief that no one knew the truth. Because last night's mysterious battle was only the beginning. The world turns. The screen fades to black. Glowing golden letters appear, lightning crackling around the edges. Narration ending. So the story of the first chapter ends here. Whenever darkness rises beyond measure, history calls forth the brave once again. But this was only the beginning. Darkness will send stronger demons, and HR must find the other chosen warriors. Final suspense frame. Split screen image. Left side, HR at his office desk, a faint smile, and that dreamy sparkle in his eyes. Right side, the Lord of Darkness upon his black throne, servants kneeling, shadow waves swirling around him. Between them, a jagged bolt of lightning, like fate itself, connecting two worlds. Narration suspense. So far, the world knows only one special man. Who are the others? Who will stand against darkness's next move? And who is the mysterious girl in the white mask? Blue author outro page. Visual, a soft fade background, red petals drifting across the screen like memories. Centered glowing text. This chapter will continue. Smiley. Now we meet again in the next chapter. I hope you enjoyed the story. Footer, handwritten style. Thank you. Have a nice day. Signature effect, H.S. Sandhu.